And we are live. Look at that video.
Look at that. Look at that professional work.
I know, right? Lots of man hours got put into that, actually.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not seeing the comments on my end.
I can view the comments.
What's going on? I don't like that. You know what I might have to do? I think I know what I have to do. I'm gonna have to back out and log back in because I'm not logged into StreamYard right now.
Oh, I can pull up the comments if you want.
Yeah, well, there you go. Because I kind of want to wait. Can you pull up all comments so I can see them? Sorry, guys.
Yes.
You're seeing all. You're listening to a lot of the behind the curtain kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can pull up from Facebook and YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, usually I get to see the. Usually I get to see the kind of stream.
Yeah.
That's weird. Oh well, I'm flying blind today.
All right, no worries. So, welcome to everybody for our 6th episode.
Yes. Oh man, 6 episodes.
Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I guess you can wait till we hit double digits.
We're getting there.
Yep. But I'll let you introduce yourself again.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? It's Jerry, aka French Red Builds, aka FB Builds on Twitter, and French Red Builds on Instagram, and French Red Builds on YouTube. You guys already know what it is at this point, but
yeah.
Welcome.
All right, I'm Ryan, RB Gunpla Works. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and probably other socials somewhere out there.
There you go.
Yep. But what did you think of the last stream? Since at least before that, it was about a 5-month period that we haven't last streamed.
I thought it went pretty well. Talked a lot about stuff. You know, I think for both of us, there's been a lot of stuff brewing in our brains that we wanted to kind of talk about, and I'm still kind of brewing a little bit still. So, it's good to have an outlet.
Yeah, because I felt like that stream can last a whole lot longer, but
absolutely.
But doing it on a weekday actually kind of worked out because we got a lot more viewers this time around.
Yeah. I know it might not be your schedule might not be as forgiving when you get back to the swing of things, but
no, it won't.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling the weekday kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Yeah, I agree. Oh man. See, now I'm really missing seeing the comments. I don't see I don't even see how many people are live.
Oh, actually we got 5 people live.
Oh man. Oh, look at that. We got the crew.
Yeah, the usual crew actually.
Yeah.
But let's see. Don't really have any whips going on since my air compressor unfortunately died.
Oh man, that's I know. Speaking of air compressors, I know I'm on the last leg of mine too because it's doing that sputtering thing.
Yep, mine did the same thing.
It's like it'll still it'll still let me paint, but it's not very good, and it's actually been on its last legs for the past year or so. But
that's not terrible.
Yeah, I don't abuse it too much. I only really work on stuff in spurts. So I'm really active for 3 or 4 weeks, and then I back off for 2 months, and then I get back to it again. So I'm in that. I don't want to. I haven't started the timer on my 3 to 4 weeks thing yet, but I'm definitely once I get painting, I know I'm gonna quit halfway through my mechanic Orca-C. For sure. For sure. Absolutely. Something nice and shiny is going to catch my attention.
Well, because the weird thing is that I've been talking about getting a new compressor. So I'm assuming my current compressor just decided to give up just to spite me.
Yeah. What
But
what compressor were you using? Were you using a fancy one, or was it a run of the mill kind of generic?
just the run of the mill, the Master Airbrush compressor from Amazon.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm using. That's what
But
I'm
I
using.
mean, it lasted for 5 years, so I got it back in April 2016, so it kind of worked out.
Yeah, that feel like when it comes to painting, the compressor is probably the one thing that you don't have to go, full balls to the wall, really expensive for.
I mean, it depends though, because compressor is supposed to last a good long time versus
Is
just a couple of years.
is 5 years not good? I'm
No,
thinking.
when I was talking to my friend about it, he says he had like a compressor for like that's 20 years old.
Oh man, okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. But when you're doing like cost benefit analysis over there, it's what you're paying probably around 60, 70 bucks. I know I got the whole bundle for like 70 bucks. It was like three of those. Mine was actually Master Airbrush clones. They weren't even like branded Master Airbrushes, but same thing. It's just not labeled. And I got the airbrush compressor that came with it, and that was like a $75 bundle. And since then, that compressor has dropped. It has, I've had to throw on like three or four water traps on
Yeah,
each side of the hose, but it's working. It's working. I do want to get obviously I want to get a new one. Mine is also tankless, so
oh dang, you're running
yeah.
it ragged then.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm not really. I don't think I'm. Well, then again, there's sometimes I'll get like water in my thing, and I'm not really paying attention, and it'll start messing with the paint. But
Yeah,
other than that, as long as you're vigilant, it's not too bad. But I do want to get a new compressor, and I'll probably get a Badger compressor just because I am a fan of the stuff Badger puts out.
yeah, when because I noticed mine were making a sputtering noise, but then the other day, I came back home after going to a shrine with my wife.
Hmm.
That I noticed, I heard it was on when I came through the door, and I came to my work area, and I noticed a weird smell, and
Uh
then there was like water on the floor, and
oh.
then the compressor was like hot to the touch. So then I let it cool down, and then I turned it back on, and I noticed that my tank had a crack form through.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, so
that'll
I'm
do it.
assuming it's probably corrosion on the inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, once you start letting water in, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I guess I'll show you what compressor I got since Kensuke is asking as well.
Yeah.
But
Ken
this is
Ken he's also, just to say something about him. He is a workhorse. He spits out a painted build, like fully painted build, at least 3 or 4 a month. I don't know what he's smoking on, or what he's taking that allows him to pump out work. I mean, like, he puts out like it's like a new photo shoot um before I even think about the color scheme I'm going to do for for my next kit. It's crazy. It's crazy.
yeah, because I used to be that same way too back when I was in Washington, but can't do that now.
Yeah.
But I'm actually getting a Japanese air compressor. It
Ooh.
looks like a California Air Tools clone, maybe.
Uh,
I don't know.
how what's it going to run you?
It was like $120.
That's not bad.
No, it was like 13,000 yen.
It's not bad at all. Oh,
No,
okay.
but it's a 2.6 gallon tank versus I forgot how small the Master Airbrush one was, but
And it's got
got
a it's got a valve
good
too.
reviews. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it does. Oh, interesting.
but I had to go buy a moisture separator and all that and get some fittings so I can actually use it with my airbrush.
Yeah. Oh, it looks good. I definitely need one. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna go with bad. Theirs are expensive, but if it's gonna last me 20 years, then
I
that's
mean,
fine.
if I paid $100 for my original one, it lasted 5 years, and it's $20 a year. It's not terrible.
No, it's not. I mean, especially considering your output. Um, that I still think I wouldn't tell people not to buy, one of the Master Airbrush compressors. I think it's fine for most people's needs. Just factor in you'll probably be replacing it every 5 years.
I know, but someone says that you're too good to run on your current one.
He's right, but I'll get to it. For whatever reason, I've been dragging my feet on ordering this compressor, and mostly because it still works. So
yeah, that's the same way with me. As mine still worked. It traveled from Virginia to Washington and now to Japan. So
yeah,
so I had life,
there you
a
go.
good life. I'll have to shoot it and bury it in the backyard or something.
Yeah, maybe I'll get one this summer because once the humidity starts picking up, it's gonna get really bad. My hose gets terrible. The valve, or sorry, the moisture trap on both ends of the hose get filled. Yeah, it's like I said, it's dropped a couple times. I'm sure there's a leak somewhere. I'm using the hose that came with the Master Airbrush set, so that's pretty shitty too. So
Damn.
yeah, when I say it out loud, I'm like, that's kind of embarrassing.
I mean, you should probably look into getting a dehumidifier.
I do have a dehumidifier actually in that room. So I paint in my laundry room because that's where I have a place to sit, and there's a window. But sometimes I just forget, or I'm lazy and I don't put it on, or it's unplugged and I don't realize that it's not on, and boom, water spraying out of my airbrush.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm better at it, I can do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Wait, what? And the switch broke, and I was able to do. Oh wow, interesting. Huh. Yeah, I don't think I could do that with mine because mine isn't necessarily mine isn't Master Airbrush branded. It's whoever Master Airbrush pays to get their bulk stock from, and they slap
the no-name compressors.
Yeah, and then they slap their label on them.
Yeah, I mean, because I thought about getting a air compressor from Amazon in the U.S., but for it to ship by USPS all the way to me, it's like probably not a good idea because it'll probably break in transit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
I guess Kensuke wants us to get moving on with the show and stop talking about compressors.
Fine. I can start first. It's only been a week since our last show, but I am putting together the leg for the Amazing Cast Full Armor Gundam. I've still got a good bit of cleanup work to do. This is I don't know. I wouldn't call this this isn't recast quality, but it's like I would just say it's like whatever that medium grade is. It's not like the fantastic stuff you see from YJL or Fortune Meow or even like the 51 or something like that. But still pretty good. It's still pretty good. It's just you gotta learn how to deal with the times where you're just not getting like fully formed edges or anything like that. So that's what I'm working on.
3D printed kit. So
yeah, that's true.
And recasted.
Yep, exactly. But just to give you guys some insight, it does have articulation. That's like a pretty good leg bend right there.
Yeah, it is actually for a full resin kit.
Yeah, and then you've got this is the pivot point over by the hip. You got some movement in the legs, a toe bend, slight toe bend, very slight. But it's there, and I think I showed you guys last week. But this is what that inner frame looks like. That's pretty much it. Very, very posable, and I see why they did it this way because it allows them to get mobility out of all of their projects. And how's the frame? It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty sturdy. But to be fair, I do not have any like weapons or anything on it. Um, so like it's pretty. It is pretty
Passes the
sturdy.
shake test.
Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. The frame has screws at every joint, so it's not too bad. Let me actually get the upper body.
Yeah, no worries. So is it the same one that got made into a Thunderbolt? Or
No, I don't think so. Did someone paint this up as a Thunderbolt?
or unless Kensuke is talking about a different resin kit that I don't know about.
Same? No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Amazing Cast did that, or I haven't seen anyone. I haven't seen anyone post that at all. And I do research because I like to have references when I'm doing my stuff. But articulation, pretty good. Not bad.
Actually, it is pretty good.
Yeah, it's it's got. We'll see how that shoulder moves. We'll see how that works when everything is bending. But it's yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying it.
But that one's the frame's held together by screws, right?
Yes, for the most part. This one has no screws in it yet, but it's like this is supposed to be adjustable, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can obviously every kit is different if they're going to use the same frame. But yeah, so that's kind of what it is. It's pretty good. I like it. What ends up happening is that some kits they mark it as 1/100 scale, and other kits they mark it as 190 scale.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
90 scale. Yeah, so just to accommodate for the different heights.
I mean, because they got the Mark II GPOs.
Yep. Yeah.
And I don't know what more they're gonna be doing now.
There's this. I think it's a concept. It's like F92 or something like that. They've got going on.
Oh, that'll be pretty good.
Yeah. I think it's called F92, but it's gonna be. It's actually gonna be one. I think they have it as like 175 scale. Which is going to be the same. It's going to be the same height as this Amazing Cast full armor gun.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty good though. What else? They're working on. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in the upcoming segment.
But so far, I'm at a standstill since my compressor died. But luckily, by the time it did die, I actually got the gloss coat done on my RX-78 Fubus. So I'm just doing panel lines and decals right now.
Very nice, very nice.
So at least it didn't die at a crucial step.
That's good.
But I'll be getting my airbrush compressor today from Japamazon. So it'll be nice.
Japamazon.
Yes.
That's funny.
I mean, you can get food, drinks, alcohol, kits, magazines, everything that normal Amazon but better.
And do they have like Prime shipping and all that good stuff? Like,
oh yeah, so they got Prime shipping, but what's even better that you can actually choose your delivery time. So you between like 8 and 12.
Wow.
2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8.
Wow.
So like they cater to people who like work, and they'll drop off the package during that time frame.
That's pretty cool.
Well, because like from what I've seen, a lot of their packages are signature only, so there's no fear of it.
I get you. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes. But it's just kind of nice. But unfortunately for me, I got to drive like outside the main gate area of the housing that I live in for me to pick it up.
Sure. Okay. And you have to meet them there live, or do they have like an office where they drop it off or something?
Oh no! I meet there live.
Okay.
So I'll be like pulling it behind their delivery truck. So it's like a drug deal.
Oh wow. Look at that.
But other than that, I mean, I glossed up this guy, so you can barely see the detail for Char, Aznable, and then the Xeon
And the Xeon
logo.
Yeah, that's it.
So what I plan on doing is probably a gold panel lining for the name, and I'll just do a reverse wash for the Xeon symbol.
Wow, there you go.
And yeah.
Very nice.
Keep it simple. I'm not sure if I want to throw decals on this or just keep it clean.
Huh. Well, like what decals would you put on there? Like would you do like a pinstripes or something like that?
Probably warning decals, or I mean, I know I got Char decals anyway, so I can throw his logo, the A12, or actually, I'm not sure. Actually,
interesting. Yeah, it'll be cool.
It could be the massager version KA.
Oh man. Okay, let's. That massager comes up way too often.
Yeah, it does, unfortunately. But just to give a quick rundown, like how I organize things, especially when I do panel lining or water decal. So I got this little tray. So like I just separated it by color, if it's top coated or like matte coated or gloss coated, or if I need like paint some more stuff.
You know what? I got something similar actually recently. Mine has a little bit more. I can remove some of these separators and things like that, but I bought some of these to separate shit a little bit more too.
Not bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking smart now. Thinking smart.
All right, so next up, we can do some hauls.
Oh man.
All right, so the other day I was over in Fukuoka and went by Mandarake there, and they had this Char Zaku head for like the last 6 months. And I think the other day was the time to buy it because it just sat there for so long and needed a loving home and all that. So I ended up getting this guy.
Look at that. Did they give you a discount for it? Because it's been sitting forever?
No, unfortunately.
Oh.
But it wasn't terribly priced. It's just a 1/12 scale Zaku head. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a phone for the mono eye, but there's actually a workaround with that, so you can just custom make your own mono eye.
Really?
Yeah, because
okay, I do remember that thing.
Yeah, because it's
like
supposed to
like a cell phone or something, right?
Yeah, so the eye was supposed to swivel back and forth, probably play some sounds or something.
Wow, that's gonna be cool. I know you're gonna do that up really good.
Eventually, but it's actually pretty big in scale. Just a reference is that what the energy pipes and how big they are.
Are you going to use the vibrating head or the vibrating horn as the horn for that?
So don't judge me. I already pulled out that the command fin from that box, and it's not the same size.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we're on the same page with that one.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll put it next to it, but it won't fit or anything like that. It's too thick.
Yeah. Oh man, that's funny.
But it's like, instead of it being on sprues, it's just bagged individually and you just put stuff together.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's not held together by glue, so that way I don't break any parts in the process.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's cool. As for me, I actually didn't get any new kits. Not in the past week. I didn't get any new kits.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's not that they're I didn't get anything. They're just not here yet. But I did get some. I got some tools that I actually. Oh wait, no, that's not true. I did get something. Hold on.
Man. For Alvo Disco, I actually said what compressor I got. You have to watch towards the beginning of the stream, or just PM me directly so I can show you which one I got.
Okay. So I got I got a few things, but only one of them is like kit is actually a kit, and it's barely a kit. It's just an add-on for a kit. I got the double shield add-on for the YJL Hayakushiki.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I originally
I
bought.
forgot you got it with the kit. I can't remember.
No, I thought mine came with it, but it didn't. It did not come with the kit. So I think I only paid like $150 for it anyway. So it didn't come with the kit, but GKM had it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab it because YJL will not let you purchase stuff like add-ons and stuff unless you
without getting
prove
the
to
base
them.
kit.
Yeah, if you don't buy the base kit from them specifically. So I did buy my Sazabi from them, which means that I can order the new backpack if I chose that I wanted it. But Hayakushiki I didn't get from them, so I was shit out of luck. So
Damn.
yeah, but now I have it. It cost me more than it should have. I think I paid about like $58 for it, and it's really not a lot in this. It's not a lot of resin.
No, not at all.
But it's here, and I have the option to use it if I want to use it. I'm not even sure I really like it with the double shields, but I like to have all the options. So now I have it.
Did you get the base with it? The metal base?
I am currently searching Taobao for that because no, it didn't come with the base either. I got my original one from eBay. So
okay.
yeah, the person that the person that had it. He was someone who apparently was trying to get into resin. And
okay.
For whatever reason, he just failed at it. And he was telling me how he bought, I was asking, hey, what else do you have? He was like, well, I have about enough parts to make 3 YJL Sazabis because I kept messing up and I kept buying new ones. So
wait, what?
Yeah. He was like, I got one that's like kind of built, and then 2 that are brand new in the box because I needed extra parts and I couldn't do it. So he quit. He quit it. He quit it altogether. But yeah, so I didn't buy the Sazabi from him because I had it, but I did buy the Hayakushiki. So I have that. It's a great cast. Most YJL stuff is fantastic anyway. So I did get that. But other than that, I got some tools. I finally got I got my hands on.
Oh, the reverse clips.
Yeah, these are the medium size. I want the small ones though.
Those are actually great for like holding thrusters and like other stuff.
Absolutely. I also got myself. I don't know if you're familiar if Dispaye or however they pronounce their name have made their way out to Japan yet. But they're this Chinese company that's making a bunch of tools and shit. And I got their sanding sponge set because I'm working with resin and it's nice to have all the options. So they have 2 sets. The first set, and all of them have I don't know if you can actually see through here, but it's a bunch.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's actually a lot.
Yeah. So this set has 180, 280, 400, 600, and 800, and this set, it's just another set, has 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. So
that's crazy.
That combined with another new tool that I got, the God Hands ES90.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, it's another metal file, but combined with this and that, I'm breezing through this resin stuff pretty easily. Especially with the Amazing Cast, where you have to kind of use stuff like UV resin to freeform corners and fill in gaps and things like that. I can hit it really. I can really hit it really rough with the ES90.
Yeah,
And
just to
then
shape it.
yep, and then I polish it all off with the just by sanding sponges. So, yeah. So that's oops. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. When
I
you
know we.
mentioned GKA and YGL, which sites are you talking about? Sorry, you can finish your thought, and then we'll answer that
Oh no, I
question.
was gonna jump in on that question because I know we jumped ahead of that question, but for GKM, it's basically a shop in Taiwan that deals with resin kits. But then with YJL, is just a brand. Instead of
Yep,
we call it YJL instead of Yu Jiao Land.
Yuja Land. Yeah, yep, yep.
And then Chris Pabs was saying that you're
This pay. Oh shit! Really interesting. Okay, now I know.
yeah. I mean, I think you had to get corrected one time.
Oh yeah, well, so usually what I would say was like disbay, but like when I would say it that way, but when I read it, it was like, wait, those things don't compute. So I
No.
tried to like phonetically sound out every syllable, but
Yeah.
disbay. All right, perfectly. I got it now. Um, but yes, GKM is a shop that sells resin. Um, I so in and this is going in into the latest hauls kind of thing, but a little bit and probably the next section. But my GKM is usually my second or third option for resin. Um, they for whatever reason this pay is this.
That works.
um, but yeah, so they're usually like my second or third option when it comes to resin. Usually, it's if you can go straight to the caster, go straight to the caster. That's the
Yeah.
easiest thing I think. Um, and then it's a tie between GKM and eBay because sometimes you can find some pretty good resin deals on eBay because people are just trying to unload stuff and not everyone likes resin. So
Yeah. I mean, you can find a good deal, but sometimes they also upcharge a little bit.
mm-hmm.
But someone's asking if you updated your sugar goo link.
Yes, I did. I updated it yesterday actually. Or this morning I should say. There's one thing that I got to add. The Cyclops Studios releasing a Dynamis, right? Is it Dynams or Dynamis?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
It's either way, it's gonna get butchered.
Yeah, well, they're releasing a Repair 2 and Repair 3 resins, and they're both in the pre-order phase right now, and I'm adding it to my sugar goo list. And for anyone who doesn't know, I don't want to take up too much time with this, but
No, you're good.
For anyone that doesn't know, sugar goo is a Taobao shipping agent. So essentially, what that means is that Taobao is pretty much the it's where all Chinese resin kits start, or that's where that's where they're sold, that's where they're marketed. It's there. That's where most of these these casters like YJL or Usuland and or Sickler Studio or anything like that. They have they all have shops. It's like Amazon but muddier and Chinese. So,
Yeah.
but it's really difficult to navigate that. It's really difficult to navigate that site if you don't read Chinese. And I've heard that even if you can read Chinese, it's still pretty difficult to to navigate. Um, and you pretty much need an account to be able to do it. So, long story short,
Yeah.
I'm working with a company called Sugar Goo, and what we're trying to do is try to make like these quick buy, lists so that people can just go to Sugar Goo, add to cart,
Oh
and
yeah,
buy the kit.
actually helpful.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to, people searching for Taobao, and there are just a lot of obstacles for people who want to get resin. It's tough. Um, there are easy
Yeah,
ways to do it that are more expensive, but if you want to save money, and if you're someone that's buying resin kits like pretty often, like I find myself doing now, it if you can go straight to the source and just cut out the markup in as many places as you can, it's the best way to do it. And they really don't charge much in terms of fees. You have
that's
other
not bad.
agent, yeah, like they're, you know, if you the agent that I used to use that used to overcharge me a shit ton was Superbuy, and
Yep, yep.
they marked up everything. Like they would mark up the prices of the Taobao listings when you pasted it into their service. So they
Oh, that's
marked that
wild.
up. They marked up shipping, and little fees here and there. Sugar Goo has like this. It's like a ridiculously low like processing fee, and then there's a fee that they charge depending on what shipping method you're using. We're talking about less than $10 in fees, like altogether, for regardless of how big your shipment is. So
That's not bad actually.
yeah, it's a lot and it's I don't want to say it's easier to use, because any new system takes time to get used to, but I have made this list of resin kits that are coming out, or that are out right now on the market, kind of popular stuff, and I curate it myself. And whenever I see something new, I add the Sugar Goo link to it. So you click it, you can add it to cart, and then you can just buy what you got to buy. Um, you still have to use common sense though, because sometimes it's not really clear when something is a pre-order or something is a deposit or something, but like just use common sense. Generally, if it's like $10, you're not ordering a resin kit. It's either like maybe it's decals, or maybe it's a deposit, like I said, or it's water slides. That's just not what it is. Does Sugar Goose sell at MSRP price direct from the supplier? Yes, they do. Yeah,
Because it's
you
pretty much MSRP plus direct, not domestic shipping. There you go.
yeah.
Plus a small fee.
Some sugar or some sellers don't charge shipping. I know YJL, for example, is free express shipping domestically. So from wherever they are to China to wherever
Hmm.
your your agent is, they don't charge. Some do, but it's usually never more than like 5 or 7 Chinese yen.
Yeah,
So it's really not that bad. Maybe 15, whatever. But that even at 15, that like what translates to like $7 or something.
yeah, it's not terrible actually.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. You know, you do experience some costs in what they call the value added services, but god damn it, I keep pulling on my wire. Um, you do experience some costs in the value added services, which is like um, packaging, and like if you want
Hmm.
peanuts, they'll put peanuts in there or whatever. But you're never paying more. Even if you select everything, you're probably paying maybe an extra, maybe 10, $11 total. So it's really not that bad. The way I factor it is, if you're buying a master grade uh, kind of size kit, um, and that's just a master grade conversion kit, I should say. You're
Yeah,
generally paying for the first thing. It's probably around, if you're using EMS or DHL, which I suggest, because if you have something like resin, the less time it spends traveling, the better it is. Um, but usually it's for the first kit, it's probably around like $40. And then from there,
yeah.
it gets like exponentially cheaper. So it might cost $45 to ship one kit, but two of them might only cost $55, and three of them might only cost $65, and four of them might only cost $80. You know what I mean? So, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
usually from my shipments, shipping ends up being around $10 to $15 a kit for how much I buy. So
That actually is not terrible because usually when people resell them or even buy them from other sites, they'll add like 25.
Oh,
even
absolutely.
like $40 just to account for shipping
Oh
per
well,
kit.
and like keep in mind that a lot of these, like a lot of the more popular, I should say, sites will they're not eating that shipping cost to them. They're passing that on to you. So you're essentially paying
Yeah.
that shipping twice. Why do that? You know what I mean? Like if you're going to pay shipping twice, wait till a US shop gets it, right? Or get it yourself and save money. I tell people though, it's like don't. It's usually not the best idea to. I wouldn't use it to just buy one kit at a time. It's not worth it, in
No,
my
not at all.
opinion. You know, like you're not really gonna see much savings at that point. Like GKM, they compete pretty well if you're
They
doing
do.
it like per thing. But like if you're ordering 2 or 3 kits, you will 100% pay more at like GKM or
Yeah.
Musaigen Hobby or was it DreamWorks Studio HK or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're. I mean, it is what it is, but like they're all. I can't buy from them anymore. Or GKM I can, but like for Musaigen and DreamWorks, they're it's just so expensive. It just
It is
gets
really
so
expensive for
expensive.
shipping.
Yeah, so um and it is what it is. They need a profit, obviously. So there's just more associated with getting it from them than getting it yourself. So
Yeah.
EMS or DHL. So DHL is generally faster. Um,
It's like crazy fast. Like you
yeah,
see it like in 3 days.
yeah, yeah. DHL is definitely faster. It's more expensive as well. Usually, I think for the first like 1,000 grams or so, the first kilogram, the EMS and DHL are actually the same price, but I think it's like every 500 grams after that, DHL is more expensive. Um,
Yeah.
but I personally don't use DHL when I'm doing these hauls just because I can wait. The EMS is essentially international priority mail, so
Pretty
most of
much.
most of my hauls get here within 7 days of when I tell Sugar Goo to ship it out. So EMS is what I would do. I remember a comment earlier, Chris saying something about GKM. I forget what he said.
Oh yeah. So looks like that some brands are not fans of GKM because they also, on top of selling original kits, they can sell recasted kits
Do
too,
they?
which
They
is
do sell recasts. I know. I get it.
yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
which makes sense.
Yeah. I personally, I just would rather just buy the. I would just rather buy the original cat. It's not worth dealing with a recast, in my opinion.
No,
Not if
not at all.
something that you really really like. Um, yeah, and that's kind of just how I feel about that, and I can feel about that because I know how to buy from Taobao. So, but I exactly right. Like, um,
Yeah.
it sounds like common sense to me, and I was explaining it to somebody in a Discord yesterday, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's not really that hard. It's not really that hard. But that I've been looking around Taobao for years now. So like even before I was doing resin, I was doing what's it called? Even before then, I was doing third party kits and stuff from there. Not even that.
Yeah.
They buy an original, then they recast. Wow.
I mean,
Um,
it's true though, because most of their site is recasted kits.
so are they selling us originals or are they not?
No, they sell originals too, because I got originals from them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I got the 51 new from them. But that's a new kit, so I don't assume that's a recast. GKM is a resin kit shop. It's what shop2000.gkm.com or something like that.
Yep, I'm gonna bring it up right now. So basically, it's an online site. Uh, Obviously, got original kits listed on the left. Let's go to Ancourt, for example. A lot of the older, or a lot of the kits that we're familiar with. But since
Yeah.
we were talking about UGI Land, so they got the Force Impulse, the Zaku kit, the Shiki, the Hainu.
Yeah.
I mean, they
That's
they
where
got it all.
That's where I got the. That's where I got the shield from. Give me a second. My light kicked out for some reason.
Oh, you're
Ah,
good, man.
and it's back. All right. Yeah. I my only gripe with them is that everything is in pre-order, right? So you don't necessarily you got to be quick when something goes in stock. I was lucky when I bought my shields, and they probably do it that way because I don't think that YJL is a fan of the fact that um, that GKM like will sell split components and split packs.
Yeah.
Um,
What's up, Ken? Doing
Yeah,
well?
you can. Doing well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. But they sell specific originals that they have a deal with. Everything else is really,
Shady. I mean,
huh?
I got a few amount of stuff for them, but I'm 100% certain that they're original.
Yeah, so have I. You know what though? Maybe my I don't know if my I don't know if my this is an original because this is definitely not a YJL box, but maybe
No,
YJL.
the sticker is YJL though.
Yeah, the sticker. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe that's just how they ship these things. I was expecting, a big fancy box, not big, but a box size like that. But I also bought the hands for the Shiki separately, and it came in a box like this too. So
I think you should have pre-ordered it because when I got my Shiki, it came with the hands, came with the stand, came with the shield, came with the weapons.
yeah, I would have just bought it myself. But when I bought the Shiki off eBay, I assumed that it came everywhere. It was going to come with everything, and I was wrong. So, I still, like I said, I got it for $150, and I believe that retail price, like YJL, sells them for about 120. So,
Yeah.
it is, I was like, whatever. So, but I bought everything else. The only thing I'm missing now is the base, and I will find that at some point.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. I mean, honestly, Taobao's the place to go. It is, it is. And the reason why I say that is because Chris will tell you, um, these sellers aren't trying to work with, or these casters aren't trying to work with American you know shops,
Nope.
not in any great amounts, which means that anything they do get, sellers or the sellers have to pass on the cost to us, right?
Yeah.
So it's, and I can't blame them for that. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But if you can buy it yourself, why not? Like that's exactly what I do. I go on. It's funny, right? Like I go on Taba at least once or twice a day, and I type in GK 100 because that's my wheelhouse.
Yep.
And it literally looks exactly like I can recognize these listings all over the
Oh,
place
yeah, I know.
because this is what I look at almost every day. All of your major casting houses have a Taobao shop. Every single one of them does. YJL, Extreme Squad, uh, AOK Silver Oaks, obviously Amazing Cast, and a lot of those like SH Studios. Do they do anything original, or are they all just recast?
No, they do original. That Wing Zero, PG Wing Zero that I did uh was original, but like I think they do something with like Artisan Club
Yeah,
and GM Dream, I think. I forget.
GDM.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep. Amazing Cast does the same thing actually. I don't know if anything of theirs is actually original. I just know that they have. I just know that they have. Uh, they recast like they work with Artisan Club specifically, and I believe that's just it though.
Yeah.
So Galactic, New Type, and Rhinos. I don't know
It's
if I've
for
ever.
Rhino's Hobbies. The owner is Ryan Ingram. He's over in
Oh,
Illinois.
I've seen that name a couple of times actually. Ryan Ingram, maybe in one of the
Yeah.
sales groups. So, question for both of you: where would you recommend to get detail upgrade in plastic or metal in the U.S.?
What about the SIP? I haven't heard from those guys in a long time. They used to sell metal parts.
Did they make their own, or did they just like
They
import like the
relabeled
CJ
it.
Hobby?
They relabeled all the Chinese
C-
ones.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough for stuff like that because not many shops carry that kind of. They not many shops carry it. I know for a while.
That's funny.
I know for a while. USA Gundam Store had some stuff sometimes, but usually it's those shops that are based out in like Taiwan or China, like Samuel Decal carries all of them. I would not expect them to be the higher quality ones though. So
Yeah.
Simpro just released an EVA Unit 1 Bus 2. So they rebrand, meaning they just slap their name on it. What does that mean? Like, do they purchase the rights or something like that?
They had the real grade Suzabi resin kit that was made by the 51. And they also rebranded that too.
You know what?
And same thing with the heavy weapon system new, I think.
Is that a like some kind of partnership they have, or is that just them being shady?
I have no idea, to be honest, because they did that. Well, I guess Chris Pabs is in the know since they purchased the mold, cast it, and fixed it up.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I hope they make the 51 heavy weapon system high new because I really, really want one, like really bad. The adults only space colony. Okay, all right. So at least it's it's an official kind of thing.
Yeah.
For me, there is, I guess, until like U.S. shops kind of catch up, and we'll see if they do. It's hard though, right? Because there are tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of resin kits out there, like ridiculous amounts. There are new pre-orders opening every single day. Like for instance, I have and there are some that are awesome, and you don't even see it on those Chinese sites, right? Like the GSG Studios Zeta. I don't know if you might be able to find that on Taobao if you can bring it up, Ryan. But literally no one is talking about it at all.
No.
Right? And they released probably the best looking Curios resin upgrade as well. And again, they get 0.000 coverage. I don't know why. They're probably small. They're probably a small kind of outfit, and which is whatever. That's fine. I'm just there. That's just to say that there's so many different kinds out there. It's just so many different kinds, and yeah, there you go. That Kensuke just he's almost finished his. I think he's doing the cannon right now, but I have mine.
Yeah.
Right over here. I remember when I found that, I was like, "Holy shit! Like that looks fantastic!" And then it uses the GM Sniper 2 arms and legs and waist.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so it's and right now the only place you can get that is on Taobao. None of those resellers are selling it. This is the only place you can get it. If you go to their shop, Ryan, you can actually show them the other Curios. And their Curios is there. I think there's another Curios coming up from a more well-known studio. It might be I don't know.
I think AOK Silver Oaks.
Yeah, I think it's AOK. And generally I side with their designs, but this one shits on it. Completely. It's got Destiny vibes on it.
Oh, really?
You can actually see it in the corner or to
the
right.
Hold on. I made a derp move. I was looking through the Curios without even changing the screen.
You're not even changing the screen.
Hold on. Let me fix that. There you go. Now we're at.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't even like this mobile suit, and I would get it for this resin kit.
I mean, comparing the upgraded version than the original mask grade, it actually is pretty crazy.
Yeah, exactly. absolutely. And like this is the kind of stuff that you only come across if you're searching for Stickler Studios is probably the one that I was looking at. Chris just brought it up. You know, but you don't find stuff like this unless you're like
You're really
scouring through
looking
Taobao
for
like
it.
I'm doing. And like what makes it even harder is that Taobao is essentially behind a registration wall, and you can't really search through it without having an account. And for whatever reason, they made it really hard to make an account. So
Oh, yeah, that's wild.
yeah, look at I mean I had no interest in getting this master grade right at all until I saw this, and I'm like, okay, this kind of looks awesome. Look
It
at that
does
face.
actually.
That's like Destiny.
Yeah, it is a little bit. With the
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. So, you know, get it from the source, guys. That's me at least. And you can use, and if you look on those, I think those things on its legs, that's a little bit of YJL vibes right there too.
Yeah, actually, yeah, the thrusters.
Yep. Yeah. Zeta has some similar design elements.
Man, that's
I'm gonna buy this. I've just made that decision. I'm gonna buy it. Maybe I'll change the color up a little bit, but yeah. So just get it from the source. It's just that much easier. I like I said, I put that list together so that people can just go real quick and not have to search Taobao. If there's something that you know about and it's not on the list, let me know. Shoot me a message on any of my platforms, and I will guaranteed I will be able to find it, and I'll put it on that list for you.
I mean,
You know,
Eric's asking for the quality of the resin kits. I mean, most of the listings include a quick snapshot of what it comes out of the box. So it looks pretty crispy to me.
Yeah. I can't speak for the Curios, but I can speak for the Zeta that I got, and really, really, really good good cast. But to be fair, not all resin kits are created equally.
No, not at all.
Said, I'm dealing with this. I don't have any bad parts with me right now, but I'm dealing with my amazing cast full armor Gundam, and it is it's not the best. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not the best. I have some resin kits up here that I was blown away that like they're cleaner and crisper than some plastic model kits that I have.
Yeah.
You know, so there's that. You gotta know what you're buying, to be honest. But yeah, look at that. Like that is such a drastic improvement. I would never transform a resin kit at all.
No, never.
You know, like I would never do this, but yeah, it's such an improvement to the overall kit itself. But this shop only has 3 kits. It's the Zeta, they have this, and they have some like this Common Rider kind of thing that I'm not really interested in. But,
got it.
But yeah, there's so many things out there, and you don't have to be limited to, you know, waiting for US shops to finally you know, to be able to catch up, because they might not ever, right? Like YJL is doing great, but nothing has beat Extreme Squad when it comes to. I've heard really, 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 really fantastic things. Although I would wager pretty. I would say, I haven't seen an Extreme Squad kit in person. The 51 New Gundam is like it's the best cast that I've ever seen. It is. Everything is so defined.
Yeah, it's pretty
detailed.
sweet.
I'm completely blown away. Like I'm not scared to work on that whatsoever. It's got some interesting placement for those gates, but other than that, super duper clear. Maybe I'll pull a piece out. I don't know if it'll be worth it for the camera, but
no, probably you probably have to like take a picture or something.
That's what I'll do. I'll post some a little bit later, but
yeah.
Anyway, buy resin kits, guys. Buy them from Taobao. I put out a guide on my YouTube channel. I know that I'm gonna have to follow it up because I get a lot of questions. But oh, you have it. He has it, and it still is oh, is it better? Is it better or worse than the Extreme Squad, or is it the same?
I think he built it though.
He built
the 51
already.
The 51. He like a while ago.
What? That just came out like last month.
You're
No,
talking about
this month. Like the beginning
the
of this month.
masquerade.
Yeah. The 51 new, not high new.
Oh,
Yeah, the 51 new came out
oh
earlier
yeah,
this
yeah,
month.
yeah. I forgot about that.
I'm pretty sure at least.
Just a peg lower than Extreme
Oh
Squad. He's got
wow.
high standards.
Then I'm gonna have to. I mean, the only one that I want is that Barbatos Lupus, but like I'm also not really eager to work on a full mechanics kit.
Yeah, because I know you talk about Musag and Hobby, but the only complaint that we had was that the shipping costs can get pretty outrageous.
It's the shipping cost. They have the shipping cost. They have their markup, and they're pretty much only a pre-order site, so they never really have anything in stock. And their site is not really fun to navigate at all.
No.
That's the only thing. If you need to buy a single kit and like they're the only ones that have it and you're in a bind, go for it. I wouldn't. Most stuff, unless it's like it's been out of like print for years, most stuff can be found on Taobao, and I find stuff that I'm surprised that I found, like when I found that Magic Toys Hazel that was just sitting there at a shop and they had like 7 of them, right?
I know, that's wild.
Yeah, so you can find a lot of different stuff on Taobao, but yeah, that's just me. I have no problem with the site. I just would rather pay less.
I mean,
And get
don't we
it, and
all?
get not only that, pay less and get it faster. I've heard people have nightmare experiences about how long it takes Musagen to get them stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of intimidating because of availability. If I jack something up, to be honest, I wouldn't. It's like we can tell you that it's not. We can tell you that it's not hard or anything like that, but it's just. You kind of have to just get started and start working at stuff.
Jump into it.
Yeah, I mean, like Chris is saying, there's tons of videos online that really help. And I'm probably gonna put something out for myself, like as a beginner. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's what I bring to the table. Like most of the stuff that I'm doing from here on out is stuff that I just learned. So
Yeah.
I can phrase it in a way that I kind of that maybe a beginner can understand a little bit more. But the only thing you can really do is just get started. Nothing is permanent. You can break something, it can be fixed. You can file something down and you can replace
Yeah.
it. You
Basic
just got to
stuff.
have, yeah, exactly. You just have to have the right tools to do it. But I wouldn't say there's nothing that we can tell you that's going to make it any less intimidating until you just get started.
I mean, at least the first hurdle, at least having to airbrush well or proficient, I would say.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's the place to start. If you're already painting, if you're already airbrushing, then you've got a good amount of what you need to be able to get through your first resin kit. But
Yeah.
my only suggestion is to start with something simple. You say that, but I definitely did not. I did not start with something simple.
No, you start with the full armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if you're already painting,
Damn it, Chris.
if you're already painting, there's not, there's simple is not really anything you have to work. I don't think simple is what you should be shooting for, because it's the same process whether you're dealing with a super detailed thing or you're not. It's masking, it's painting, it's
prep work, cleaning.
Yeah, it's prep work. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, the only thing that you'd probably have to watch out for maybe is if you are working with a something that has a lot of detail, you still have to prep that surface, right? And you might take away from some of the detail because of that, but just you're gonna have to learn to scribe, just rescribe some lines. I haven't had to rescribe anything yet. Actually, I think I did when I butchered the first kit. But I realize now that I didn't need to buy another one. I could absolutely just fix the one that I had.
Yeah,
I
you can see
might in the
that.
future. Yeah, I might in the future, but you definitely don't need I wouldn't say start you don't necessarily have to start with like an SD kit. The same way you don't necessarily have to start painting with acrylics for whatever reason, but people do that. So,
I mean, like you can maybe do a bust or something like that, or whatever, like can get you motivated.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I had to. I know what kind of kits that I like, and I knew I wouldn't want to get into a resin if it wasn't the kit that I liked.
Yeah, because I
Look
got
at
the
that. Yeah,
lot of decals on that, but it doesn't really
yeah.
look nice.
I think it looks fantastic. What are you talking about?
I think your harshest critic is yourself, anyways.
That's true. Hey, well, does it pass the 3 foot rule?
It passes the 1 inch rule.
No, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, but that's what I would tell. You get really good at masking. Yeah, I mean, yeah, masking is just it. It's just the cost of doing business. Like
It is.
it takes. That's just one of those things that you realize is that even with kits that have a lot of detail, what can turn a good kit into a really good kit is how much you're dedicated to masking for the most part.
Yeah.
If you want to blend everything in one color, you can. You know what I mean? I've seen some people do it and it looks fine. But you can see a lot of really really high level like Sinanju builds in one shade of red, and it still looks good.
Yeah,
Personally,
that's
I
true.
personally I like to have the some kind of two-tone thing going on, but it's what you got to do. Deepening line, surface prep. Yep.
Yeah. Hold on. What the fuck? I mean, because with deepening lines, you gotta rescribe the panel lines, make sure
Yep.
they're cleaned up,
Yeah.
and then you also want to ensure that your panel liner flows well.
Yep. I'll tell you what. I have the SH Studio Faz Verka conversion. Um, and when I got it, I'm glad I have it. But when I got it, I got really disappointed because all of the parts are just recasted parts of the armor with shallow panel lines that I'm gonna have to rescribe anyway. So it's like
Yeah.
I could have just done that with the armor that it came with.
Yeah. Dang. Trying to figure out.
Go to his Instagram account.
I guess that's true too. Instagram. Chris Pabs works. There you go. You said it's high new, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's high new. Share screen. There you go. A quick shout out for Chris Pabs.
Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
The 1 inch rule is how I met my wife.
Oh man. That means something different for Bruce Lee than it means for other people.
Yeah. I think you're gonna do some little bit of extra legwork and put some busts in your sugar goo link.
I have the busts that I have in my sugar goo link are the let me see. I have the do you want to bring up the list, Brian? Can I just send it to you?
Yeah, you can send it to me. We're already sidetracked.
There you go. You know what? This is just how things go when you're having fun.
Yeah, it is. Oh man, I forgot that Chris did this. That's wild looking.
That's fantastic. I save Chris's work all the time, and I try to copy some of that stuff.
You know who you learned from?
JB Gunpla works.
Oh, yeah, that guy right there.
Oh, that's his hobby. Fantastic. Fantastic.
I know. All right, about to bring up your list.
Yeah. So Ryan's gonna bring up the sugar goo list that I put together. I have a kind of disclosure in the beginning of it, just because I know there's gonna be some questions people ask. But if you go to the second tab, Ryan, you can see the actual resin list.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've been working. There's probably about 50 or so items on there now, maybe a little bit less. Um, but if you want to just click on a link, Ryan, you can see exactly what I mean.
Well, let's see. This is actually looking through my backlog.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, let's go this one.
You might have to right click it. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Now let's just hope that Taobao listing is still. Did it go to another page?
Yeah, it did. Hold on. Product details. There you go.
Yeah. So there it is, right? So you'll just add that to cart, and then that's it. You just got to make sure. So like the hard part here is, right, like you look at there's two options there. Um, and this changes a little bit. So when you see something that's called like replenishment, that's usually like the second part of like a deposit, right? So if the first the when the listing first goes live, it's like maybe it's like 15 yuan or whatever. It's That's usually the first deposit, and then replenishment, it updates later with the replenishment. But usually when you see something that says like all payment may shipment, that probably means that
it's a full price.
that's the full price. Yeah. So and I've tried to make it as easy as possible. I've tried to link from the seller specifically. And what's nice about Sugar Goo is it like pulls all the information. Yes, I do take requests to add items to the list. Um, just make sure that it's an item that is like, at least recent. If you're talking about something from like 10 years ago, I'm gonna have to like
no
scour.
way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to scour Taobao to find it.
Yeah.
But it pulls all the information from the listing. But if you scroll up a little bit, Ryan, to the beginning of the product details.
Yep.
And scroll down. Right under shopping tips, you can go to you can get linked to your left. You can actually go straight to the Taobao page from there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, or that is the seller's page. So
that's not bad actually.
Yeah, so it helps get past some of the roadblocks, because Taobao does not let you search too much within the platform without having an account. But
Yeah, because they'll block you.
Yep, exactly. So what's that do you know what that conversion is? 420. I want to say that's probably what, like $60, $60 or $70.
65.
Yeah, $65, right? Now that's $65 before shipping, and it doesn't look like they're charging. They don't have any domestic freight, so you'd pay that $65. Sugar Goo would buy it on your behalf. It would go to their warehouse, and then you would arrange shipping from there. Maybe if we do a stream next week, I'll definitely. I've got a lot of stuff in my warehouse right now. I can show you guys how I do it.
Man, that's crazy.
What did he say? I missed it.
Eric.
We'll overpay. Yeah, that's true. When it comes to resin, at least, if you don't know where to go, you're pretty much at the whims of the market. There's not much you can do from there. You can either buy from collectors, and most of the time, actually, collectors are usually the best sellers to deal with. they know what they know what something is worth, and they usually offer the best deals, at least from what I've seen. Um,
Yeah,
but
because I've mainly been using Biner for my
yeah,
uh, Taobao purchases, which held actually it's been using for like 5 years now, so I'm happy overall.
yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, I went with Sugar Goo only because like I was being, Superbuy was just, they were charging me like crazy, and I was like,
Yeah,
whatever. I want, and it was just when I stumbled upon those amazing cast kits, and I was like, all right, well, I want these kits. Let's see if I can strike up some kind of deal with them and see if we can, work together to get something to get this more out there. And I
yeah.
don't know, who's, I don't know how many people use it. I they stopped updating me after about like 30 or 35 people signed up with my link.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but I know that like everyone in the Discord that I'm in, or for the most part, they either use Sugar Goo or they're starting to use Sugar Goo because you get to that point where you're buying a lot of resin. It adds up, and
It does.
if you can save money wherever you can, that's great. Like you're out in Japan, so you're probably on average paying like $20 for per kit. I would think, right, for
Actually, it's a
shipping.
lot cheaper. So,
Really?
since we're on the topic of buying from Taobao, so I'm gonna go through what my my Biner orders are looking like. So you got a cart, you get your items quoted.
Yeah.
So depending on if it's in stock or anything like that, because they have to contact the seller to see if it's available.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I get stuff rejected because there's a 1/60th and 1/35 scale ball in full resin,
Holy shit.
but we'll have to talk about that later because it's huge. But
Man.
I just got like a few stuff in my cart that I've been eyeing. There's a Blue Destiny Gundam resin
Yep.
kit.
I have that in my cart too. I have that in my cart.
I mean, I got that Zeta. There's a,
Yep.
a Storebringer resin
Yep.
kit too.
I've got that coming to my warehouse.
Yeah, I mean, like, so that's just the cart portion, but then I'll go over to my orders. Um, so they'll basically just show you what you ordered, and then when it does come in stock at their warehouse, they'll have like a live picture and all that.
Yep. Yep.
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot that it did that. But anyways, I will go over to um bit to where they'll be sending it to you. They'll give you like tracking.
Oh, look at that Mechanicore MLRS set.
I know.
I
So
wonder
like
who found that.
I know, right? Very lucky. So I got a shipment coming. It has the PG High Mobility Zaku from SH Studio. Got another Sinanju. Was it Takumi or
Takumi
Takami?
Studio.
Yep. I got the Iron Man model kit.
Ooh.
I got the groceries serpent resin kit. You got the Magic
Mm-hmm.
Toys Hazel, some water
Mm-hmm.
decals, and you're not gonna believe it. Like for all of that, it was about
It's 25 kilograms. That's crazy.
$60 a ship.
That's crazy. So,
That's 50 pounds.
in in
That's
perspective, my last shipment was sorry, like, my last shipment was about it was 15 kilograms. It was
yeah.
15 kilograms, and that ran me about $160.
So what I've noticed is that when shipping from China to the US, it has been like crazy expensive.
Yeah, I mean it's expensive, but that was like 8 resin kits, right? So I look at that and let me see my calculator. You know, like I divide that out, right? So it's like $20. I figure, all right, well, I paid $20 to ship a resin kit, right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's the only it only makes sense if you do this in hauls, right? Like I'm not telling everybody to, you know, what 15 kilograms is
30 pounds.
30 pounds, yeah, right. So
Yeah.
I'm not telling people to buy 30 pounds of resin every time, but um it's that's just that's the reality. If you're buying multiple, that's where you save the money.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
you save a good decent amount of money because you're not paying all that markup. That you're not paying all
No,
that
not at
markup.
all.
You're not you're paying for you are paying for shipping, but it's not it's not what it would have been. Like you go to I tried to order the Hayaku Shiki from Dream Studio. I
Hmm.
tried to order that. It was the Hayaku Shiki and the double shield, and they wanted like 90 something dollars to ship both of those, which is
That's
like
wild.
which is ridiculous. I
It
mean,
is.
no, I can't do that. Plus their markup, right? I was like, all right, fine, whatever. You know, like I'll deal with this price, but when I saw the shipping, I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like this is you know, like shipping is almost a third of the cost. Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't, because at that point your hands are tied and you're almost forced to pay it.
Exactly. But that's why you go to Taobao yourself and you become the store. And that sounds selling it, but like you take their place and you know sell, you know, buy what you need to buy, and then you don't have to worry about another place keeping their lights on off your order.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so but yeah, I'm all for Taobao. I buy a lot from Taobao. um I think probably my biggest 30 pounds is probably my big no probably the biggest haul I got was when I did the Mechanicore, the GPO2. There's
Oh
some
yeah,
others.
that's pretty
There's
good.
some other stuff that was when I was still using Superbuy, and they charged me like it was like $225 or something like that to ship.
Yeah, because you had to make them remeasure it and all that.
I did, and they kept saying that it still surpassed. I was like, nah, that's not what you guys said on your estimate. Please. And they ended up refunding me. They refunded me a decent amount. I think shipping came out to like 130, 140 bucks at that point. Um,
Damn.
yeah, yeah. Um, but I haven't used them since. So yeah. So it's yeah. Anyway, resin, it's great. It allows you not to have to worry about Bandai's release schedule. And if you look at Bandai's release schedule, it's been especially for master grade kits, which is what I focus on. Um,
Yep.
Bandai had Bandai had 3 regular release master grade kits last year, only
Yeah,
3.
this they're really slacking on the production side of it.
Yeah, I'll say this. I hope they're doing that because it frees up resources to give us more kits like the PGU and the MGX. I'm okay
I
with
think
that.
that's what they've been doing, has been pumping out like PGUs since
Yeah,
it released.
yeah. I'm okay. I'm okay with that as long as because you kind of see it right. Like um, you saw Bandai scale back right before the Exia PG came out. They scaled
Yeah.
back a little bit. They weren't releasing as much. And then after that, they essentially released 2 reprint PGs, a 007 swords and the Ashtray Red frame, and then boom,
Yeah, yeah,
PG8.
yeah.
You know, so you know, you can say something similar for master grades, but on the P Bandai end though, they've been pumping out tons of P Bandai kits.
I know, like the Mark V. They got
Yeah,
the Wing
yep,
Glory of Losers add on.
yep. Yeah,
Yes,
I actually didn't get
yes.
I didn't pre-order that. Um,
Oh, I mean,
I
I got that
I have a
Wing
love
set pre-ordered. So
I've got a love hate relationship with wing kits. Um, not many people know this, but like my when I first got into the hobby and I was like, you know, all gung ho, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that or whatever. The first kit that I built was first kit that I built was the Shin Musha, and then
Oh
the
yeah,
second
yeah.
kit the second kit that I built was the Double O Gundam Seven Swords. And I was like, oh man, like yeah, I'm like, this is great. I love building. And then I was like, oh man, now I'm looking at the different kits that are out, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy this Heavy Arms custom, right? P Bandai, found a pretty good deal on it. I paid like $90 for it shipped back then,
Yeah,
with so it was like a pretty good deal, and I was expecting it to be better because I paid $90 for it as opposed to the like Shinmusha was like 50 and so was 007 Sword maybe like $60. So I'm expecting a $90 kit. This is about to be awesome. I did not know back then, and I hadn't built any wing kits at that point that
that's very
that
simple.
yeah, I mean it's a $30 kit. The Master Grade Heavy Arms is a $35 kit, right? And it's great for a $35 kit. It is not good for a $90 kit.
No, not at all. But that's also the nature of things is when you are first learning in a way, or
Yep.
you're
Yep.
trying to get into the hobby where you have to bite the bullet sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of how you learn. It's like to your point, that's how you learn.
It
I
is.
I made the mistake of like early on I bought a lot of kit. Like I bought a ton of kits. I was one of those I was one of those backlog guys. And you didn't just buy the dual Gundam. You bought all of the Gap machines. You had to have all of them. You didn't just buy Freedom Gundam 2.0. You bought Justice and Providence.
Yep.
And like, and you got all this stuff, and then like you're building and you realize, all right, well, I built the Strike Gundam and it's cool, but I didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? See you later, Ken. But now you have 4 or 5 other kits that are built that build almost exactly the same way.
I know
You know
it.
what I mean?
It's a bit repetitious, but like the same
Yeah,
thing with like the strike variants.
yeah, yeah. I really, really, really like the Strike Gundam, the remastered Strike version remastered. Um, but it's the only one that I want to build. Unfortunately, I don't know why. I'm not like Dragon Momoko can dress up the Strike kit and I'll build those, but I
Oh
don't
yeah,
really have it.
I got those in my backlog.
Yeah, same. But I don't have any real interest in building the Blitz and the Duel and all that other stuff. I
Yeah,
like them. Don't get me wrong; they look pretty cool, but I just don't. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. So um, there's just so much. There's so much more. So much other more interesting stuff to build. At least more interesting to me. I'm not saying that they're bad kits. That GAT frame is fantastic. It's probably the most well-rounded frame out there, in my opinion.
yeah, because they got so many variants to work with,
Yeah,
especially with the
exactly.
seat lineup.
Yep, absolutely. I think if I'm going to build a seed kit next, it's probably going to be the Dragon Momoko Akatsuki. I've had that sitting in my closet for years. Ironically, this will probably go back to what we were talking about last week, but I saw someone selling it. They're asking $200 for it. I'm
Yeah,
just like, that is no, no. It's the same concept. I don't think you should. Like you'll be disappointed in the same way I was disappointed with the Heavy Arms
yeah.
for $90. Should we really support random middlemen? Who do you mean by random middlemen though?
He could be talking about like tab out agents or in that sense. But if you buy from the studio, even though you're paying a little bit in between to get that kit, you're still supporting the studio, I would imagine.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, so when you buy a kit with a tab out agent, they're buying it directly from the studio. Like that's as close as you can get to actually having a Chinese bank account and ordering your own stuff from
Pretty
Taobao.
much.
Like that's that's at least you're less removed than buying from like a Musagan Hobby or something like that.
Yeah, because they
Who's a
just
store.
basically resell stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's exactly what they do. Exactly. I think it's just if you can buy it yourself, just buy it yourself. It's just easier. It's better. Like to his point, it's better for the creator. I would assume. And there's no difference from us buying it as someone from domestically from China.
Yeah.
So that's at least that's how I feel. But yeah.
So I guess you gotta learn Chinese now so you can cut out the middleman.
You guys have no fucking idea how, like, I have a WeChat account, I have a Weibo account, I have a Taobao account, I have a Dachong account. I'm in those Chinese streets virtually. I really am. I have an account for everything. I follow all of my favorite resin casters and third party kit makers. I follow all their accounts on Weibo so that I don't have to wait until someone wait for somebody else to announce it. I can see it myself. You've probably seen it. Have you seen these like mecha Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff?
I don't think I have actually.
I'm just looking at it on my phone.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
looking.
There's like a couple of them. I don't know if I think they're figures though. But again, that's what you get when you follow all of the people on their own social media accounts.
I mean, so I guess Jeff was saying something about someone support or says to support businesses, but definitely support the creators, just not the people who resell. But it's kind of a fine line because you're still supporting the studio line. If you still buy if you buy original, you're still supporting the studio no matter what.
Absolutely. And again, there's probably regions in the world where going to a Musagen hobby is not as expensive, right? If they weren't as expensive, in fact, if their shipping just wasn't so expensive, I would probably buy from them a little bit more often, right?
Yeah.
But they're just they price themselves out of the market for me. But like, I also recognize that I'm a way more educated consumer than most people are when it comes to this stuff.
Educated.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it's when I like to come to the table at least knowing what the market is for most stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me probably a nightmare for people that are selling stuff like on these Facebook groups and stuff like that. Not only am I going to ask you, not only am I going to show you where I can buy it for X price, but I'm going to ask you to let me buy it for less than that. So,
I mean, that is the goal.
Yeah, so and I luckily though I have made enough friends in this hobby that, like, if I really really need something, I don't need to buy it and get I won't get like killed on the price for it. So I have gotten some pretty good deals out here, just with the connections that I've made. So I'm not necessarily worried about someone trying to sell me a RG Sazabi for $90.
No way.
It just wouldn't be me. But I think I made myself misunderstood. The less people between the creator to me, the better. Oh, absolutely,
yeah,
100%. The only thing that kind of throws a monkey wrench in that is the fact that, like, not many people know about Taobao. Not many people know much about resin to begin with, honestly.
I mean, it's still a pretty small community for those wanting to build resin.
Yeah, I remember when I first started talking about sugar goo, I had someone make a comment like, they made a comment like blowing everything up. They're like, "Oh man, shipping is super expensive. This isn't right. This isn't right. Yada yada yada. It's super expensive and all this other stuff." And I was like, at least DM me, because I didn't want like this semi promo post to be like, to be like trashed. And I was talking to him, and I was like, first off, he wasn't doing the conversion right. He was converting.
No.
He was converting Japanese. He was converting it to Japanese yen.
Yen and yuan.
Yeah, and yuan. There you go. And that's not, even though they have the same symbol, he was doing that wrong, right? So what happened is he was going to buy like a Sazabi resin kit, and he's like, oh wow, well in this is only going to be like $15 in that conversion, but it's actually then when he went to go check out, it was like $100 something, and he's like, no, that's not right. And he's like, well, that must be the shipping costs, and like
Yeah.
long story short, I finally like took him through the process. I was like, you can't even pay shipping if you haven't bought the kit. Like if you haven't bought the kit yet, so that's
Yeah.
definitely not the shipping cost. That's just the cost of the kit. And he was expecting it to be $15, and it wasn't. And then after all that said and done, and all this conversation, he didn't even know. He was like, well, why would I buy this from here when I could just go to USA Gundam store and buy a Sazabi? And I was like,
Yeah.
this is not a model kit. It's a he didn't even know that it was a resin upgrade. So it was like,
I mean, all people see is the finished product with resin kits,
exactly,
anyways.
exactly. And that, that just goes to show you that there's just not much. There's not much education around what that is and the whole market. So, there's definitely a place. There's definitely a place for people like that. Musa again and DreamWorks and even eBay. They get a lot of traffic because when you search for a resin kit, they're the ones that show up, right? Like.
Yep.
Taobao listings aren't indexed. They don't show up on like American search. Like they don't show up with American search terms for the most part.
No, they don't. You
right?
have to go like MG, GK, and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So you're not gonna type in the 51 new Gundam and get a Taobao listing come up in Google. So it's hard to even get to that point like organically. So
No.
I get it. So, but like, people are happy with whatever service they're getting. That's fine. I just want people to know that there's a cheaper option out there. You don't have to pay you don't have to pay crazy prices for resin. But you got to kind of have to learn how to navigate it. And I've tried to make that as easy as possible with Sugar Goo. But like, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of different resin kits on there, and I only have like 50 on a list. So it behooves you to get to to figure it out.
I mean, that's the only way to do is figure it out or find a guide.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to be that person. Takes a lot of time and effort on my part to get stuff like that together. So being the US is also distant. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Again, like when I do my hauls, my kits end up costing anywhere between 15 and 20 for shipping costs per kit. So there are definitely ways to get around that, but if you're gonna wait for a US shop to have it, just expect to pay a premium for it. That's just what it is.
Bulk shipping is the way to go.
Yeah, and believe it or not, when these the sellers are definitely taking advantage of the bulk shipping. So why not just do the same? Yeah, they're not just selling it to us at that price because they're greedy. They're selling it to us
break even
for that price. Exactly, right? To keep their lights on. So I can't be upset. I can't be upset about that. And don't get me wrong, some people will definitely like to pay extra for the convenience. And Lord knows that I'm not opposed to paying extra for convenience. Oh yeah, bulk ordering with friends. That's exactly it. Absolutely. You'd probably save money if you did a bulk order, shipped it all to one person's house, and your friend still paid shipping to get it from you to them, and you'd still probably save money.
I mean, a lot of people do that now with the P Bandai USA store. So just get that flat rate shipping.
That's true. That is true. Oh man, wow, we really got sidetracked.
I know, right?
Yeah, but resin is the way.
I don't think we can talk anymore about. Well, we were supposed to talk about upcoming resin stuff, but we kind of like covered it in a
Yeah,
long
we did.
fashion.
We did. We did. Is there anything resin wise that you're looking forward to?
Probably not at the moment.
Yeah.
Nothing really spoke out to me other than I did get the Gyaradoga resin kit.
Oh,
No,
for
not
with
Gyaradoga.
this
No, the
the
Gelgoop. Sorry.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I already did.
Who who's who's making that one?
So that one's between AOK, Silver Oaks, and
GDM.
Industrial Gear. No,
Oh,
Industrial
okay.
Gear.
Ooh. Did you see the Yagadoga
Oh yeah, I
with
saw that one too.
with the Sazabi? I think we went over that with the last week with the
We did.
Sazabi in a frame. I think it's cool, but I think that yeah, that looks awesome. That looks really awesome. Yeah, I just think that Yagadoga is too expensive for my blood. I can't. I mean,
Yeah, just a little bit.
I can't. I can't sacrifice a a Sazabi, a whole Sazabi for that.
I know it's wild when we got
Yeah.
the RE100 version to play around with.
Yeah, that one's pretty crappy though. It's too big for what it is. It should have been a master grade.
Yeah, it should have been.
Especially the fact that that could have easily been like a Verka candidate. Maybe not popular enough. Maybe that's what it was, but you could have used elements of that Sazabi interframe. I'm actually I saw Rob say that he wants more Ashtray resin. There's actually a decent amount on Taobao. It's not like a lot of it comes from Model Legend actually. I just bought a what was it, purple frame, Mirage frame, sorry, for him actually. From I think GDM and Artisan Club did that.
Yeah.
But he's obsessed with the Ashtray, the whole Ashtray line. I am not. I despise the master grade Ashtray for the most part. I hate everything.
I don't like
hate
the
everything
build.
about it. Yeah, me either. I hate everything about it. I do enjoy the proportions and the look of the the Davon's one that they made with out of the metal build, but it's also a pretty shitty kit. So you gotta kind of take the good with the bad. But I'm not a fan of the master grade ashtrays, but people in the States go crazy for them.
Yeah, they do.
They go crazy for them. I'm not. It's not me. I don't like it. I do not like it. Ashtray, you are on the same page. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's just not me. But hey, I mean, I get. But I also like. But like I said, I really like the band ones, and I have all of them. I have the gold frame, I have the blue frame, I have. Actually, I only have 2 of the 3 red frames, but I built the one that I don't have anymore. I think that's it. So, and I hear that the other gold frame is coming out. Not the standard gold frame, but there's like 2 other metal bills now. One of them with the swords and shit. They're gonna release that one.
Oh, like the huge sword one.
Yeah. So that's something to look forward to. But as far as anything, I told you I've got the full armor Mark II coming in from Amazing Cast, which I'm excited about. I ordered the Stormbringer resin kit that's coming in. I'm excited about that. I ordered the GP00 Blossom that's coming in, also Amazing Cast. But the next thing that's actually on my list that's a little bit out of what I thought I would like, but still completely within the realm of what you'd think I would like. The Full Armor Gundam Mark III from Utopia Cast. It's really, really weird. It kind of gives me GPO2 vibes with those massive binders that it has on its shoulders. But yeah, I'm picking that up soon too. But I gotta I got to get myself a GPO, or not, sorry, a Mark III. Um, and they are not in the States right now. So
Yeah, that's true. So basically, it's just an exclusive item to think about it.
yeah, aren't they on aren't they up for pre-order on Premium Bandai now? Aren't all
Uh,
those RE100s coming back?
Actually, they are. I think they're releasing like or doing a reissue this summer.
Okay, all right. Well then, I know where to go.
Of course, you do.
There you go. But that's pretty much it. I'm not really jumping for joy on anything. I've got like a shipping allotment with Sugar Goose, so I got to pick something up next month. But
Oh,
I'm
I
not
see.
sure.
Make it worth it.
Yeah, yeah. But I'm not sure what I still have to pay for the kits, so
Oh yeah,
um,
yeah.
so I can't just buy everything. But we'll see.
No, not in one go.
No, no. Um, I might get the Silver Oaks High New, the massive hyper bazooka or whatever the hell it's called, mega
Yeah, I think
launcher.
it's crazy though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crazy expensive too. Jeez, I think the whole thing's like 200 something bucks.
Yeah. Uh, for C3 kits in Japan, I know last year they did an online sale since they couldn't do the convention anymore. So I'm assuming they'll probably do the same for this year.
And I'm pretty sure Utopia Cast like recasts almost all of those.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I can't speak to. I've heard Utopia Cast is pretty good. It's not to be confused with UC, which is what Universal
Universal. Yeah, that's a
Century.
recast company.
Yeah, they're like a recast company. But Utopia Cast usually issues refined recasts.
Yeah.
So those are probably on Tabo. I've seen a few of them on Tabo actually.
Yeah, there's a few out there. It's
Yeah.
not as widespread, but it's out there.
Yeah, I agree. Oh man, we've been on for an hour and 46 minutes.
I
Jeez,
know it's
ew.
crazy.
Um, I might have to step out soon though. We have to wrap up
You're good.
a little bit. Um,
Um, let's just do like maybe one thing from our grinder nippers segment and probably
yeah,
roll out.
yeah, that works for me. Oh boy. Um, go for it.
All right. So let's see. So one thing I've noticed lately, like I sold a lot of kits, and it's gonna be kind of funny, but a pet peeve is that your Facebook name is not your real name. So like you could be Gunpla Kawaguchi or Majin
Yeah.
something, and then I go ahead and see the PayPal transaction. It's like a normal sounding name.
Yep.
So it's like having to cross reference that and who you are is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, especially when you're selling multiple kits.
Yeah,
It gets to the point for me where I don't even acknowledge what their name is. I'm just like, luckily when I'm printing it out, it tells me what they bought. So
yeah,
when I print it out, I scribble on what it is, and then I just I just pack them up according to that, and I send them off. I don't really keep track of that.
yeah. I mean, sometimes they just don't think about that, especially if they're buying stuff online.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
that's
a
true.
mind. That's a hassle.
Yeah, yeah. Um, for me, it's still. It looks like it's becoming um, the whole pricing discrepancy thing is becoming more
Hmm.
and more of an issue. I'm seeing more and more conversations about it. I think we've definitely all noticed it. Um, and there are people that are taking advantage of it. There are people, pretending to be, I won't say pretending to be, but there are people that think that they're, doing people a service, and they're, trying to maybe they're trying to start businesses off of it. Whatever. I can't hate you for that, but like, you know,
No,
um, understand that people are gonna say something. Um, I and as someone who I'm fortunate in the sense that like I don't necessarily need to rely on a random marketplace to be able to get my kits. But I'm always looking for a good deal. So if I see something, I'll pick it up. But um, I'm noticing more and more, especially since P Bandai US opened up, that
Yep.
they're buying these kits and they're listing them for much, 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 much more. After the fact, right? Like you go on any of these Facebook marketplaces and look up like wing kits, and that's probably like the ultimate offender, right? Like these kits were literally taking pre-orders for like a few months ago, no longer on the site, and now people are asking. They're asking like I saw $120 for that Shenlong with the sword.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
it's a
ridiculous.
bit exaggerated, but I mean, you'd be surprised with how many people end up missing out on buying pre-orders from P Bandai USA.
Yeah, it's happened to me. I can completely see how that happens. I do. I know. And not we're not realizing, well, one, they have a cutoff date
They
that's
do.
never really used because whatever their allotment is sold out beforehand. Um, but yeah, like I get it. Is sometimes it just slips your mind and you don't jump on it. I forget
No.
what kit that was. It was the Cubile, the Cubile damned, that newer
Oh,
one or
from the Build
whatever.
Fighters.
Yes, yes. I wanted to order it and I missed out. I missed my order on it. Same thing for the Stormbringer FA. I missed that. Fatal Ash. I missed that one as well. Luckily, I was able to get them both for pretty good deals. Still, I still definitely pay too much for the full or this Stormbringer. It was like I paid like $110,
Yeah.
which people were like, oh, that's not bad. No, that's terrible. That kit it pre-ordered for what, 75, right? Like,
It was like in the 60s. I
yeah,
can't remember.
yeah, right. Like, and most of the time though, luckily, most of the time these kits come back around, and uh Premium Bandai US has been pretty good with reissuing some stuff. Um,
Yeah.
but it's you know sometimes you got to get what you got to get, but like even then, there's a market, right? Like there is a market.
There is.
Email. Yeah, well, they
It's,
email you 13 times a day with like shirts and shit that I'm not gonna buy.
no, but I mean, they'll email you with lots of stuff. But like, if you
Yeah.
keep up on social media,
Oh yeah.
you,
Yeah.
you
That
can't
that.
miss out.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Um, but like even if you do miss out, right? Like even if you do miss out, there is a legitimate there's a legitimate market, right? The market for some of these kits isn't what people are asking for, and I don't know where they're
No.
getting their pricing from. People see that monochromatic box and they are like, all right, well, this is $150. Like, in what country? Where is that
Yeah.
based off of? Right? And like, um, I haven't really made this known to a lot of people, but like China is pretty stocked with premium Bandai right now. I mean, Bandai has their own Tmall shop on Taobao.
Yeah,
So
you can pre-order stuff pretty easily.
exactly. And not only that, they let you do it in installments if you want to, and all that other stuff, right? Like so, you don't need to pay these like double the MSRP for these kits, right?
No.
Like if you're smart and you're buying multiple and everything like that, you might pay MSRP plus maybe 5% plus
Yeah.
$10 to $15 for shipping if you buy multiple and you're doing hauls, right? You don't have to do that. Yeah, it takes some time, but like you would save serious money if you're doing it that way. Um, and again, Tabao's not the easiest place to ship, but like every mobile suit has a code name.
Yeah, that
Sazabi's what, MSN?
AMS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Just type that in, find it. You can definitely find the kit. So, that's also an option for people. I haven't really made any guides or anything like that, because I don't think we need to resort to buying like regular release kits from there. Even though if you can't find it for me at a better price, I might buy the XS from Taobao. But we'll see. We'll see. Because
Shipping's gonna be killer though.
not when you have a shipping allotment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
lucky you.
exactly. It's not. I mean, it's not that much. It's only like 5 kilograms, but that'll definitely cover. That'll definitely cover a full kit.
It
Plus,
would.
yeah. So I'm not too worried about that. Um, but yeah, that's kind of one of the things that's still floating through my mind. I'm seeing more and more discussions, and um, it's funny where you see. I don't want to be hyper specific, but I saw someone asking $120 for the Full Armor Gundam Thunderbolt set. That add-on set
Yeah.
that where MSRP was what, maybe $40, and I'm like, come on, man, and like they don't sell, right? Like they don't. People are
No, they don't.
for a lot of this stuff. People aren't buying. Is it under Manatee?
Yeah.
that comes up. That comes up a lot with Hainu. I don't know what that is a translation for, but
I have no idea either.
yeah. But yeah. It doesn't sell. So I don't understand. I don't understand what like why, right? Like you're just gonna have that listing sit up there for weeks and you look, kind of foolish. I
I
don't know,
mean,
but
it's just somebody maybe is bound to buy it, or who knows?
yeah,
They'll just lower the
yeah,
price.
yeah. I guess somebody will buy it. Although there are third-party options for that set. Actually, not for the hanger set, but for the weapons. I've seen that on Taobao a couple times.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. What can you do? Just
Yeah.
wait out this COVID thing and buy things at a price you're comfortable with.
That's true. Wait till things get better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? Grinding your gears right now, or your nippers, I should say.
I think that's it for now. As we get some
Yeah.
topics for next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to open the question vault today, or?
I mean, you could probably do some from this stream. I don't know what. I don't have the question vault open up on my end.
I don't have one open yet either, but we can ask if you guys have any questions.
To the one person that's watching still.
Oh, Hainu is Mandarin for manatee. I did not know that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me open up the docs. What are essential tools needed for resin? I kind of want to save that actually for a more focused.
Your own video.
Yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah.
I just talked the whole time. I don't have any questions. I mean, that was kind of a true statement.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He's very much a part of the show.
I mean, best place to buy resin kits. I mean, we already covered it in or buying it from Tabo on
Yes.
Using a shipping agent, but that's still a hurdle to get through.
Yeah. Long story short, you can have it easy or you can have it pricey, but you can't have both. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to get it easy and cheap. And you're not going to get it cheap and easy. That's what I said. I said that twice, but yeah. So that's pretty much what it comes down to. If you want a simple buying process, you're probably going to pay out the ass for it. if you're okay with doing a little work, consolidating some shipments and things like that, you can actually save a pretty significant amount of money over the long run with buying resin.
I mean,
But
I would
yeah,
say comparing of U.S. stores that may have it, um, I would think the Gunpla Hermit Shop is probably more diverse than everyone
yes,
else.
absolutely, absolutely, and their pricing is a lot closer to what you would expect to see from like Taobao. But
Yeah,
I know Brandon specifically is smart with how he gets things shipped. So he's trying to save as much as he can so he can pass on those savings, especially for like the resin kits and things like that. He doesn't carry huge stock of anything in
no.
in particular, but when he does have it, he gets a good variety, and that's how he works it.
I mean, if you have a request, he can probably nab it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's another thing that I don't know why he doesn't advertise as much, but he can navigate Taobao just as well as either of us.
Yeah,
So
but
and I know that
he's in it for like the long run
yes.
of
Oh, absolutely.
reselling some stuff.
Yep, 100%, 100%. And he's the kind of shop that you want to support.
Yeah,
He's good. He's good people.
he is. I
I
think
think I'm at
I wrap it up, huh?
Yeah. I can't see it. We're at the 2 hour mark right now. How many people do we have left viewing us?
Actually, 13, so it's not
Oh,
bad.
look at that! Look at that! Yeah, well, we appreciate you guys. I don't know when the next time we'll be able to do a weekday stream.
It's
Unless
gonna be a little bit.
yeah. But this was fun. I had a good time. 2 hours. That
Yep.
was time flies. Time really flies. We kind of threw our plan out of the out the window, but oh, I had a good time.
Yeah.
And again, we appreciate you guys, and thanks for sticking with us as we get our shit together. But yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah. But yeah, that's signing out. That's all
All
I
right.
got.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, guys. Peace.